Dear friends in Christ, today we celebrate the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the belief that at the end of her earthly life, Mary was taken up body and soul into heavenly glory. One early Christian belief. The Assumption is the belief that Mary, the mother of Jesus, at the end of her earthly life, was taken up body and soul into heaven. This belief is not explicitly recorded in the Bible, but it has deep roots in early Christian tradition. By the 4th, 5th centuries, writings and homilies of church fathers such as St. John Damascene and St. Gregory of Tours testified that Christians already celebrated Mary's dormition, falling asleep, and her glorification in heaven. 2. Development of the Feast East. The earliest celebrations were in the Eastern Church as the Feast of the Dormition, Komesis in Greek, which honored Mary's peaceful death and her being taken into heaven. West. The feast spread to the Western Church around the 7th century under Pope Sergius I, who made it a major Marian celebration. It eventually became known as the Feast of the Assumption in the Latin tradition. 3. Theological understanding. From the earliest centuries, Christians believed it was fitting that the woman who bore the Son of God, preserved from sin, should not experience corruption of the body. Saints and theologians like St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Bonaventure explained it as a unique privilege granted by God, flowing from her Immaculate Conception and her role as the new Eve. 4. Dogmatic definition. On November 1st, 1950, Pope Pius XIII, in the Apostolic Constitution Munificentissimus Deus, solemnly defined the dogma: the Immaculate Mother of God, the ever-Virgin Mary, having completed the course of her earthly life, was assumed body and soul into heavenly glory. The definition left open whether Mary actually died or was taken without dying, respecting both Eastern and Western traditions. 5. Present celebration. The Solemnity of the Assumption is celebrated every August 15th by both Eastern and Western Christians, though the name and emphasis vary. In the East, Dormition of the Theotokos. In the West, Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. It is a holy day of obligation in the Catholic Church, celebrating not only Mary's glorification, but also the hope of resurrection promised to all the faithful.